If you've never experienced a LARP before where your character was casted, Armistice Arcane had to have done the best job that I've experienced so far. They ask a series of questions of what you're interested in playing. You fill out this player survey and they make a character or cast a character based on what your wants and needs are for the experience. That meant that they wrote pages of character details for myself and other players. Some of the things that you're going to find in your character history after you've been casted is your player name, your character name, and which faction you are. Generally, they'll give you that heads up pretty quickly so that you can get your costume together and get kind of everything mostly in line. So you know what the setting is, you know what the time period is, and you know what faction you're going to be a part of. The next part is they're going to give you a background. The background is going to tell you about your character, what struggles they've faced, what their goals are, what kind of story they're starting out as. And then once you've kind of moved past that, they tell you a little bit more about you, some of your fears, how you act in situations, then also who your friends and allies are. The people that are in your faction, who you like, who you respect, and who you don't like, and who you're willing to put up with, and who your most favorite is. A lot of this is left to interpretation though. You can adjust it for your own play. Whenever you're casted as a character, if you do have a problem with something in it, you can bring it up to the GMs and they'll work with you on how to adapt it so that your play is enjoyable and fits their story as well. It's really nice. As long as you can communicate what your wants and needs are, which they are constantly asking, the staff will help you. After you see who your friends and allies are, you do have your primary grudges and enemies. This will just, again, tell you people that you don't really get along with within your own faction or possibly within your background story. They also have a full list of everybody in your faction and what you think of them. So if they did mention somebody that was an ally that's not in your faction, they'll give you an entire list of who is playing what character and what your relationship is with them, or what you know about them. There are a few other notable mentions, so if there is somebody else that might be a special part of the story, or it might be an NPC that comes in later, that will be also included. And then they gave us a history of the Sentinels. So this is the complete guide of the Sentinels. This was our faction. I imagine other groups got these as well, and it's just a breakdown of who we are and what other factions think of us, and kind of gives us like an ongoing history that we can all be a part of. And there's so many pages of it. So there's also like Sentinel tactics, and there's some like questions for us to ask each other when we first meet. What about the dangers of sorcery in the group? And all factions have sworn 48-hour ceasefire. You know, so there's like a lot of really cool details in here why we're gathering at Armistice Arcane. There's also other questions to consider. What does your character think about these circumstances? Necromancy, chronomancy, blood magic. So things to kind of provoke you to think about what your character's thinking about. And I thought that was really fun. What Sentinels know about other factions is in here as well. There's so much information in this, and then at the end they give you the little badge of honor for the Sentinels. So I really liked the Sentinel group. To me, it seemed more like a group of dedicated people who had come together and had formed this family bond. And the bond wasn't because they loved and cared for each other, it was because they had to in order to get their job done. And for me, the Sentinels were really cool because of that fact. And it was really great working with everybody in my team, even though we did not all see eye to eye all the time together. There's something else in here. They gave us a commemorative Armistice Arcane flask. And now, the part you've all been waiting for, the best contents in this bag. Snacks! They gave us snacks! How nice is this? And they even, ooh, there's a praline in here.